What if the very question tormenting your heart is the one thing keeping you apart? Let's be honest, you've found yourself in the sacred, agonizing silence. The kind of quiet that feels less like peace and more like a vacuum, sucking all the sound out of your world until all that's left is the deafening echo of a single, looping thought. Do I reach out? You've held your phone like a sacred talisman, thumb hovering over their name, your heart a tangled knot of hope, pride, and a fear so profound it feels like a physical weight on your chest. It's a spiritual standoff where you're both the player and the pawn, and the rules of the game were written in a language you can't quite decipher. We've all been there, treating the universe like a divine switchboard operator, desperately hoping our prayer, our synchronicity, our perfectly timed meme will be the one to connect the line. It's exhausting, and if we're willing to laugh through the tears, a little bit ridiculous. But what if I told you that the answer to who takes the first step isn't found in a rulebook, but in a profound recalibration of your entire being? What if the silence isn't a punishment, but the most sacred invitation you will ever receive? This isn't about winning a cosmic game of chicken. This is about understanding that the path to reunion isn't a straight line toward them, but a breathtaking and often terrifying spiral deep into the core of you. The first step isn't across the void between you, it's into the truth within you. So, pull up a chair and let's unravel the beautiful mystery that begins not with a text, but with a transformation. You're holding the phone. You've typed the message a dozen times and deleted it. The question screams in the silence, do I reach out? What if I told you that the most powerful message you can send right now isn't composed of words at all? It's written in the ink of your own healing, broadcast on a frequency only one soul in this entire universe can hear. We've all been there. The chaser archetype isn't just a role. It can feel like a full-time, unpaid, and utterly heart-wrenching job. You're analyzing signs, praying for a text, treating every song on the radio like a personal telegram from the cosmos. It's exhausting, isn't it? And honestly, a little comical. The universe is this vast, magnificent, intelligent system, and here we are, reducing its divine communication to whether a song from 1987 plays in the grocery store. I've been there. I've laughed at myself too. It's a human response to a divine mystery. But here's the radical, rarely discussed truth. The entire runner-chaser dynamic is an exquisite, if painful, spiritual curriculum designed for one ultimate purpose: to force you to stop orbiting another soul and come home to your own center of gravity. Think of it like this. You know how you can tune an old radio? At first, there's static, a chaotic, noisy mess. That's the frequency of separation, of anxiety, of needing someone to complete you. It's all that noise of, does he miss me? What is she doing? Why won't they just... That static isn't just in your head. It's an energetic broadcast. And your twin flame, on the other end of that soul connection, is a perfect receiver of that signal. When they feel that pull of neediness, that chaotic energy of lack, what do you think it does? It feels like a spiritual violation, a pressure, a weight. So they run not from you, but from the energy you are emitting. So what is the first step? The first step is to stop tuning the dial outward and to start retuning your own internal receiver. This is the magnetic recalibration. It's not a strategy. It is a profound inner alchemy. It's deciding that your own inner peace is no longer negotiable. It's getting off the emotional roller coaster and planting your feet firmly in the solid ground of your own worth. This is where the real work begins. The work nobody glamorizes. It's not about lighting a candle and chanting their name. It's about the Monday morning you choose to go for a run instead of stalking their social media. It's about the Thursday evening you finally book that painting class you've always talked about, filling the space they occupied with a new, vibrant part of yourself. It's about sitting in the quiet of your own apartment on a Saturday night, and instead of feeling the ache of absence, you genuinely enjoy your own company. You become the companion you've been seeking. You are, in essence, building a new home within yourself, and a home that is whole, joyful, and self-sufficient has a naturally magnetic warmth. You stop being a question begging for an answer and become a statement of self-evident truth. This isn't about playing hard to get. This is about becoming hard to forget because you are so brilliantly, unapologetically alive in your own right. You are no longer a half seeking a whole. You are a whole, offering the possibility of partnership from a place of overflow, not deficit. And that, beautiful soul, is a frequency that is utterly irresistible. It's not a call that says, "Come back to me because I'm lonely." It's a silent, powerful broadcast that states, "I am here and I am complete." What we could build together from this place would be a masterpiece. This is the silent first step that changes everything. It's the step you take for you that, ironically, paves the entire path back to each other. And this leads us to a question that might make you reconsider everything you thought you knew about divine timing. But let's explore that next, shall we? Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the one dressed in spiritual armor, clutching a heart-shaped shield. We've all been trained, in one way or another, to keep score. Who loved more? Who hurt whom? And in the aching void of a twin flame separation, this conditioning erupts into the ultimate, agonizing question: who should make the first move? What if I told you that this question, this very need to assign a role, a responsibility, a blame, is the final fortress of the ego, and that until you lay down its arms, the drawbridge to union cannot be lowered? We frame it so logically, don't we? The runner should return, penitent. The chaser has already done enough. It feels like a spiritual standoff, a divine game of chicken where the first one to blink loses. But my dear soul, you are not in a game. You are in a temple. And in a temple, there are no losers, only worshippers. Here is the mysterious, rarely spoken truth. The question who is a question of separation. The soul only knows we. Think of your connection not as two separate beings trying to bridge a gap, but as one single consciousness experiencing itself through two different lenses. It's like a single ocean with one wave crashing fiercely upon the shore. That's you feeling everything so intensely, and another wave receding into the deep. That's them in their silence. From the limited perspective of the shore, they seem opposites, even adversaries. But from the perspective of the ocean itself, they are the same body of water, engaged in a single, rhythmic, necessary dance. The receding wave is not abandoning the crashing wave. It is gathering the strength for the next surge forward. They are one system. So when you, as the crashing wave, scream at the receding wave, "Why are you leaving me? When will you come back?" You are, in a cosmic sense, screaming at a part of your own being. The separation is an illusion, a painful but necessary hallucination designed to make you aware of the ocean you truly are. This is why the question, who should contact first, is so paralyzing. It presupposes two entirely separate directors in two separate rooms, making a strategic decision. But the soul doesn't work that way. The soul operates on impulse, on intuition, on a current of love that flows without a map. When you are truly aligned with your soul, an action isn't calculated, it is inspired. It emerges from a place of quiet knowing, not a noisy fear of, "What will they think? Let me get practical." That urge to text them, it visits everyone. The difference is in the soil from which it grows. The ego urge feels frantic, anxious, and needy. It's born from the story, "I am incomplete without them. I need their response to feel okay. If I don't do this, I will lose them forever." It's a tremor in your hand, a knot in your stomach. Sending a message from this place is like mailing a package filled with your own emptiness. It's heavy, and it demands a return delivery to feel light again. The soul's impulse feels calm, clear, and compassionate. It's born from a whisper. This feels like love. This feels true. There is no frantic energy behind it. There is no attachment to the outcome. It is an offering, not a demand. It's you, as the ocean, simply moving a wave. If it meets the shore, beautiful. If it doesn't, you are still the ocean. You lose nothing of your depth. So how do you know the difference? You get brutally, compassionately honest with yourself. You sit in the silence before the action, and you ask the only question that matters. Is this an act of love or a reaction to fear? Are you reaching out to give or to get? To connect or to control? To offer peace or to steal a piece of them back for your own comfort? When you can act from that soul impulse, the entire paradigm shifts. You are no longer the chaser breaking your own rules. You are a sovereign soul expressing love without condition. And that, my friend, is the most powerful alchemy there is. It dissolves the roles, heals the dynamic, and reminds the one consciousness that you both share what it feels like to choose love over fear. It takes a warrior's courage to be that vulnerable, that powerful. And the most fascinating part? This inner shift doesn't just answer the question. It often makes it completely irrelevant. But that's a mystery for another time. For now, just consider this. What if the real first step has nothing to do with them at all, but with a single, silent choice you make within yourself? So here you stand, at the edge of the known world, with the map of old rules torn in your hands. You came asking for directions on who should move first, seeking a signpost on a path that, it turns out, is being drawn with every beat of your own healing heart. Let's be clear, this was never a puzzle to be solved. It was a depth to be plunged. The frantic need to know who was the final frantic flutter of a butterfly against the glass, a beautiful, desperate struggle for the familiar, even when the familiar was a cage. That struggle is over now. You've stopped beating against the pain, and in that surrender, you've discovered something breathtaking. You were never in a room at all. You were in a vast sky, and the glass was just an illusion you agreed to believe in. The question of who makes the first move was that pane of glass. And by looking through it, instead of beyond it, you saw your reflection as separate, your twin flame as distant. But now you see, the first step, the only step that ever truly mattered, is the one you take into the sacred center of your own being. It is the step that turns you from a seeker into a sanctuary. Think of it not as waiting, but as building. You are not in a hallway, staring at a closed door. You are an architect, laying the foundation for a cathedral. Each act of self-love is a stone set in place. Each moment of choosing joy over sorrow is a stained glass window, filtering the light of your own spirit. Each boundary honored is a strong pillar. You are not waiting for someone to come and open the door. You are building a space so radiant, so inherently whole, that when your twin flame does arrive, they will not be coming to complete a half-finished hut, but to kneel in awe at the majesty of a temple that already exists. And you will be there, not as a supplicant, but as the presiding grace. This is the grand, beautiful secret they don't tell you in the storybooks. The reunion is not a meeting at a crossroads. It is two whole galaxies, having completed their own magnificent expansions, recognizing the familiar light in one another and choosing to spin in a new, harmonious orbit. The gravitational pull is not need, but the pure, unstoppable physics of aligned fulfillment. So release the burden of the first step. Let it go. It was always a phantom weight. Your only task, your profound and glorious mission, is to tend to the frequency of your own soul. Polish it. Amplify it. Let it become a clear, pure note in the symphony of the universe. And from that place of embodied wholeness, action becomes not a risk, but a rhythm. Silence becomes not a void, but a vibration. And every single choice, to speak or stay quiet, to reach out or hold space, will be unmistakably, intuitively right, because it will spring from a source that cannot be wrong, your own sovereign, luminous truth. The path forward is not a line toward them. It is a spiral, deepening into you. And the most astonishing part, as you journey inward, you will find they have been there all along, waiting to be rediscovered not in the world, but in the very fabric of your own awakened spirit. And you know, the most profound journeys often begin not with a step, but with a single, quiet question that changes everything. But perhaps that is a story for another time.